Guys, what's up? This is RC Projects here again. I'm going to do a hopefully pretty short video on the upgrades I've done to my Slash 4x4. If you look at my review that was posted last weekend, then it's going to look different from last weekend when I did the review of it. I changed the body on it. I put a Proline Desert Rat body on it because it'd be a little thicker. Hopefully it wouldn't break as easy. I painted it myself. I messed up in a couple spots. You can probably tell that I mounted it wrong. It was supposed to be mounted back a little bit more. I was trying to mount it, I was going quick, and just butted it up to this front bumper, and I was worried about getting it side to side oriented. So I butted it all the way up to the bumper, and then put the holes on, and didn't think to put it on and check to see if it was right before I drilled the holes. And put the body, or went down, painted it, put the body on, and it was wrong. So I figure it probably looks better like this than it would if I drilled 2 more holes up, and that would also decrease rigidity. So this is my new race body. I'll still probably use my other just stock body just to bash, so if it gets cracked it's not a big deal. But for the most part it turned out well. Just right here it's kind of messed up. I got some splotches, and I got some splotches back here. And then right here, it's got some silver. I got the same thing on the back because I backed the entire inside of it with silver. Enough about the body. Back the whole thing with silver. Never ran it, so it's not scratched, but enough about that. I'm going to go into the upgrades now that I've done to it. If you saw my last video, you're going to see most of this stuff is the same, but if you didn't, I'll go over it again. I got a Emax red springs in the back. They're slightly stiffer, and I think it makes the truck handle a little bit better. I ordered a set of rear shocks for the Slash 4x4 and put them on the front, and took the springs off the rear and put them in the front, so it gives me a little bit more suspension travel. I'm running the black sway bar in the back and the silver sway bar in the front. I have a GH Racing cooling heatsink. I'm running a Hi-Tech servo with my, and then I have a Spectrum receiver and a Spectrum DX3C in there. I'm still running stock motor and speed control, thinking about replacing that. And I got RPM, basically I bought the RPM bundle pack, I guess you could call it. I got the front bumper, the rear bumper, the Nerf bars, and the A-arms. Bottom in blue. Basically when anybody buys the RPM stuff, generally that's what they buy. They also make shock towers, adjustable body mounts, and they have like light canisters and stuff like that, but unless you want to go scale, a lot of people don't buy those. But generally when people buy stuff for their Slash 4x4 from RPM, usually they end up getting the A-arms, either one of the bumpers or both of them, and some people buy the Nerf bars. I bought them because mine were just looked kind of weak and I didn't really want to break one when I was at the track. So I haven't broken anything yet as far as the RPM stuff goes. I haven't broken a shock yet, I haven't bent a shaft or anything. Nothing on the truck's really broken, except I have one complaint with it. Is I put my Hi-Tech servo in there the day I got it. The day I got it, the front bumper came off, the rear bumper came off, the A-arms came off, and I replaced all that stuff with RPM just because I didn't really want to use the stock stuff even once. If I decided I was going to use the other stuff so if I could sell it or whatever, it's nice to have the backup. Probably keep it. So I put my Hi-Tech in there, and I stripped my stock servo. So whatever, I'll just use the servo arm that came with it. I put that one in there, stripped that one too. When I was at the track at the beginning of the day. So I had to find somebody else to loan me a turning servo horn. And they did, they gave me a plastic one. At the end of the day it snapped it. So I couldn't figure out why I was breaking all these. Well, it's just too high torque, too high speed, metal gear, the metal, and then goes to the plastic. It doesn't, it's not happy. So I had to buy a GH Racing aluminum turning servo horn for Hi-Tech servos. I got that from Daniel Hobbies. I'll put his email down in the description if you want to order any parts from him if you live in the Berlin Heights area. That's where I got that. I got the Ultimate Edition, so I got the aluminum back shocks. I got the aluminum C-hubs and aluminum steering blocks. I'm still running stock gearing, stock shock fluid. I had the shock stiffer in the back. I was running 55 weight in the back and 45 in the front, but I took it out because it was just a little bit too stiff and went back to stock, and then I just run preload spacers. I'll show you something else that we custom made for this. It's a stand, all out of aluminum, welded on the bottom. It's even cut out right here, so when you set your sash in there, it fits the bottom around the bulkhead, and then same for the turning servo. You can still get to that screw if you need to work on it. And then it just slides right back off. So that's just kind of the upgrades I did. They really help performance. Anyone not too sure about buying plastic RPM stuff, maybe they want to go aluminum so they don't break the stuff. You're probably not going to break RPM unless you run the thing into a tree at like 60 miles an hour. And if you do, you need to find a different hobby. So the RPM stuff is not really going to break. You don't really want to get the aluminum because it's going to add too much weight. Same thing with the A-arms. I was going to get aluminum A-arms, but it adds too much weight, and if you ever bend them, they're really hard to get off. These you could basically cut if you had a saw or something, if you had to get it off that way. So it's kind of the review slash upgrades that I did to the Slush 4x4. If you have any questions either on pricing or durability or anything else in any part of the truck or any of the upgrades I did, just go ahead and comment. Thanks for watching.